So you might have seen this video making the rounds recently on social media.
Would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear?
Bear. Man is scary.
With a bear.
Depends what man, but probably a bear.
Oh, 100% a bear, which is like terrifying to say, but
definitely a bear. Some men are very scary out there.
a bear.
I would say a man.
And you may or may not be surprised by the results. But since I have access to my own personal woman, I thought it'd be interesting to get her perspective on this. So with that, smooth editing. Hello. Welcome back. This is Sarah. You may or may not know her. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi guys.
So yeah, we're gonna be talking about why women would prefer to be in a forest with a bear over a man. So with that being said, I'll let Sarah take the stage. Okay, so are you team man or team bear?
Okay. So I don't know. At first, when I heard it, because I have seen a few videos, I won't lie. I felt like people were saying bear for like virality, just to kind of shock people, because it sounded a little insane to me at first, because I don't remember the last time I happened to walk across a bear.
Yeah.
But when I rehear the question, and the question is, would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear? And the feeling of being stuck there, I don't know. Yeah, again, it depends what bear. If it's a sloth bear or an Asiatic brown bear, I've done my research.
That's cheating, but alright.
Then no, and I know polar bears won't be in a forest, but they're the ones you don't want to be around. But black bears are calm, apparently. Yeah, they don't want any smoke. They're fine, and unless they're with a cub. But I don't know. Do I have to pick right now? What would you prefer? Be stuck in the forest with a man, and not a man of your choice, any old man. It could be any man, or a bear, and a black bear, who I just described. They're the ones that are most commonly in the forest, and they tend to run away if you try and scare them. Or just like a random man. You can't pick what man. It's just like a man that's in the forest. And I don't know my way out, and I'm alone.
I don't know. I'm guessing a bear, I guess, but it's just kind of, I don't know. I just feel like, huh?
Did you just pick a bear?
It looks like it, yeah. But there's context to this choice, of course. Also, obviously, since I have no choice of what kind of man it is, it means it can be any old geezer. And yeah, I don't know. I guess at least the way people seem to know about bears suddenly recently, bears aren't dangerous as I thought they were. So apparently bears are cool as long as you don't mess with them. I don't know. The Revenant says otherwise. That scene probably stuck in my brain. But yeah.
Have you seen Wolf Creek?
Don't think so.
It's not a bear, but it's a man. Have you seen a multitude of other horror movies?
Oh, Men in the Woods.
Yeah, so I think I'm not gonna say that, like, you know, women are scared of this like situation that is being made up because of movies, but like movies are based on reality, and reality happens from movies too. So I just feel like it is quite a scary question if you actually deep it, and I think it is a little reductive, because, you know, it is important to talk about how women feel and fear men sometimes in situations where men won't think about it. Because yeah, I think someone said a man would even choose a bear over another man. I don't really believe that, and I think that's okay. I don't think that men should fear men. Of course, there's times when you might have to, but just in general, like, you would want a kinship. Like, okay, if I'm alone in the woods and I see another man, you would like to think that this person would help me. And as a man, I think that there's a higher % chance that you guys could potentially join teams and just make your way out together.
Yeah, I suppose so. I think there's just obviously the fear that women probably rightly have, that they can be overpowered. It's just that the fear of, yeah, this person has agency of the situation. They can choose where it goes. But that is the same fear, I guess, a man would have with another stranger in the forest as well. I guess it just depends on how they view the situation, because I guess for some guys they would see, again, because it depends what this imaginary man is like. If this is like a generic everyday Joe, then I don't think most guys would find that kind of person intimidating.
Yeah.
However, if it's like, I don't know, bold skinhead guy with like rotten teeth or something, you're probably think, okay, he's probably a bit mad, I don't know. But, yeah, I think it's kind of, if we're talking about more of the abstract kind of reasoning for like why this is even a question, for example, I think kind of speaks more to the point that we are in society, where potentially it feels like we are like constantly being, you know, put on as like adversaries to each other. Like, I think this is again kind of more like fear mongering. I believe, to an extent. Because realistically, what kind of fucking question is this anyway?
But yeah, that's why I said the
just-
question itself is quite reductive. I know that it is opening up conversation, but like what kind of conversation? Because I think what needs to be said is like, okay, the reason why women might feel uncomfortable in these situations are this and that, and a lot of the time it's like nature as well. Like even for hundreds and hundreds of years, women would have to be quote unquote protected by a man.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to be left alone with a random person, but it's like everyone's bringing up situations and statistics to do with like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the word, but doofying, replace the D with an R. Like, oh, like a bear wouldn't doofy you. We're in the forest, a bear can't do that. Why are we using these, like, that's not comparative. Talk about the actual situation we're talking about and say, okay, yeah, ideally as humans you would like to think we could come together.
But that just kind of exposes the intent of the actual people that are, you know, giving their points across. There isn't actually to have a, you know, to try and make sense of this stupid question and try and unravel it. It's going to kind of just put your own spin onto it any way you can and try and, you know, put your point across regardless of the actual question itself. Because I think from going from a man and a bear trapped in the forest to then talking about like things that happen in like bars and clubs and shit, it's like not much correlation there. But again, I guess it's kind of the fact that these are kind of questions now, again, kind of makes me feel like we're at the point where I feel like we're being distracted from things that actually matter. Let's be honest, like the fact that this is like a serious talking point, the fact that we're even making a video about this right now, like this is actually a thing that people are talking about. This kind of shows that as humans, we're not doing very well, are we?
We're
Right?
bored. We're bored.
Right now, humans, we're
So
down bad.
bored.
We're down bad right now. We're kind of like, just looking for anything to distract us from the actual shit that's going on right now. Because realistically, the bigger question should be, who can afford to buy a house? Anyone? Who can afford to do regular things? But no, it's just like, let's just talk about how bad we are to each other in different scenarios. I don't know, man. Because again, who's benefiting from these sorts of questions? Like, I don't feel like there's any learning lessons here. It's kind of just opportunities to dunk on people.
Who does benefit? What is there? Obviously, in my opinion, if you try and come to things, always come back to money.
Yeah.
Is what I've noticed. So who's winning? Who's winning in this?
Yeah, the companies are winning. The companies and the government. Because the idea is that if you create this idea that men and women are enemies and that we're fighting and competing for the same things, all that means is that we no longer see each other as allies fighting for the same causes. We now just see each other as another person that we need to beat, another person that we need to dominate, another person that we need to fight for the scraps that are left at the bottom. That's just all it is. Because if you think about it, if we as humans were I don't know, like given more reasons to come together and do things for the greater good, these companies would struggle because people would be less on their phone buying stuff on TikTok Shop and buying stuff from adverts on their phone. They'd be doing stuff in real life, but companies don't benefit from that. They benefit from discourse about gender politics and identity politics and just making sure everyone stays existing and see each other as enemies.
Yeah, it's all just about the segregation. And I think everyone just wants to be on the right side. It's just exhausting. And again, I don't know if it's my age showing, but like I always come down to like, what about the kid? A lot of people that push the, you know, oh, women are this and men are that, like you are gonna have a daughter, you're gonna have a son, and you can't just automatically think that your child is going to be special and different to this gender that you're belittling and just making, you know, just feel like they shouldn't even exist in a way, or their existence is something they should feel disgraced by.
Yeah, I think that's a major thing a lot of young guys probably feel now. I don't think they really talk about it openly, but I think a lot of guys, they've been fed so much information that tells them that they're superior, or that they should be superior, or that women see them as having all these great things, and then they look around in their life that I've got nothing. But I'm seen as the privileged party. I'm seen as a privileged person. And of course, men do have some certain privileges, but they're not attributed to all men. Most normal guys don't live in privilege every single day. The only privilege they have is the privilege of not being seen as a victim. But even then, that's not really true, because men are the biggest victims of violence by other men. Really, I feel like there's the whole idea for me is like I think all this kind of discourse about, you know, men being seen as, if we're being honest, just seen as like perpetrators of crimes towards women. It's like, I get it, but for the average like kid who sees this, what kind of image and lesson are they being taught from this? Oh, like all the other guys around me are potential horrible people. I can't trust anyone.
I don't know. I think that the main positive that can be taken from a conversation like this for young boys is to acknowledge what kind of world and dynamic has been built between men and women because of like obviously negative things that have happened, and why we're at where we are. And again, I think it's accountability is the main thing that needs to be had between men and women. I think that we all need to start holding each other accountable again. Right now everyone's just so individualistic and also just in their groups and just rallying for whoever they side with, and then that's it. Whereas I just think you need to acknowledge when you're being disingenuous and also hiding and covering the wrongdoings of your group, quote unquote. So like men need to hold each other accountable. If your friends act weird or say weird things about women, or like you just know that there's an underlying thing there that could potentially be brewing something more sinister. I think young boys do need to be more aware of it, and maybe they are. So like, I don't know. And I just think women as well, like need to have more discourse about how we speak about men and the kind of conversations we have around.
That's going to be difficult, isn't it? Because if we're being honest, I would say that 95% of women do not care about men's issues at all. Like not even a little bit, because again, it's seen as, you know, men have all the privilege, so we need to focus on women. When really, both sides have struggles, both sides have issues, both sides are going through things. It's not like every man is just born with the ability just to do everything. If that was true, then all the guys that you see around you would be balling and be smiling. You don't, when you go outside and walk around and look at the average Joe, he's just not happy. The average man does not look very happy right now. He's just going through the motions, and then everyone's like, yeah, you suck, you're horrible. So okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And to be honest, I think as a woman, we all know that a world with angry men and sad men is not a world we would want to live in.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't really think there's like like one solution to this really. Because even I think the typical idea that we talk about is like community, getting people back together and stuff. But even then, it's like I think we're kind of past that. Sadly, I think humans don't want to do that anymore. I think it's very rare to find humans that. People that actually want to, you know, not just prioritize themselves and, you know, do something for the greater good. No one wants to do that, because I feel like everyone's kind of slipped into like nihilism, like things don't really matter anyway, so I'm just gonna do what the fuck I want to do with these years, and then I'm just gonna die, and then that's it. Like, I think we just kind of given up on the future as well, especially with like the whole idea of like global warming. Oh, the world's gonna be over in X amount of years anyway. We probably went very off topic, didn't we? We started talking about. Alright, that was today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you later, and yeah.
Are you seriously watching Pierce all by yourself again? Well, you might as well subscribe then.